Good afternoon, everyone. How you guys doing today? I come to you today making this another important video to me uh, because it's certain things that I've been seeing for the last couple of days, especially today, in the town that I live in and all over this country. We got our young black men actually believing everything that they hear on TV instead of doing their own research, believing everything they hear on TV, believing everything they hear from more than likely the liberal teachers, believing everything they hear from a society or their community that believe in this stuff that they always put in their head all the time. Like 100%, they don't see nothing else. They see as a being a victim, of everyone else instead of understanding it's coming from it's coming from a place where, you know, that most people that's around these kids, I'm saying, I'm going to speak from the perspective of where I live at. Oh, before I go any further, guys, this is Dream Big Podcast. Please like and share and subscribe to my channel because I'm always going to bring it from my perspective and every fact that I can find that I will bring up at all times. You understand that? I just in this video again, it's a very important video to me because I see our young black men believe in all the Marxists, all the globalists, different situations that's around them because a lot of them are single, growing up in single parent homes, such as my generation as well. A lot of them are just or around parents that really don't know, but they just repeating on what's going on TV instead of really doing research about what the black man really have to worry about, what the young black man to the older black man really have to worry about. Specifically, black males from the ages 15 to 40, about 40, 45 years old. What we really have to worry about when it comes to the homicide rates and stuff like that, when it comes to really how to invest in themselves to understand that it's a lot of people putting garbage in your head, putting that victimization in your head that you really need to understand. I seen the video today, a local news called The Day from where I'm from in New London County, and they had this young man talking about how people look at him a certain way and this and that and the third, without letting him because it's a thing that they were trained to say that because all the TV they can't, sometimes even as a young man that I was, you can't help but be brainwashed by everything that you see on TV. You can't help it. By every time you go to a super liberal school telling you, how you are the victim and this and that third, being as though you come from that particular young man came from two-parent household. I know him because I actually coached a young man. And it made me very sad because whoever's putting in his ear that no matter how black man is, he will always be a criminal. 100%. There ain't nothing about it. You always gonna be a criminal. 100%. This is what they teaching all these children, not just black kids. Victimization, Marxism, globalism. Love everybody or you will be tormented. You can't have an enlightful mindset. Whatever you believe is trash if it's not believing in what the liberals and the Marxists and the feminists and every other group that believe in that Luciferian ideology believes. They're going to say to you, they're going to tell you, you're a racist, you're Uncle Tom, you are this and you are that, and instead of not understanding that the big picture is, or they more than likely do understand, especially when we got non-black liberals or what have you, they more than likely, or black liberals, they do understand, but Some of them do understand, but they'd rather not let the young black boy and the young black woman, young black girl understand reality. And it's a shame that we have all this. I don't blame media. I want to make that be known. I don't blame media at all for what's going on in this society. Who I do blame is parents not telling their kids to look up things. Let them actually understand what the particulars of a black man being killed or being harmed by a police officer. Who are they usually? What's the percentage of that happening to you if you're not a law-abiding citizen? They don't want to talk about that. Of course, you need to be guided as a black man. I teach my son that, and I'm gonna teach my son that's coming up. You always need to be knowing your surroundings at all times. That's for anyone for a black man. Because again, I'm not ignorant to say here that black men are not being killed overwhelmingly than any other non-black person. No, that's crazy. But I will give the other side of the coin. That's the big side of the coin, meaning that it's a lot of crime going on within our community. It's a lot of self-hate going on within our community. It's a lot of victimhood going on within our community. I'm not going to tell that young man that damn well if he stay out of trouble, more than likely, even a young black man, he will not have to worry about the police. This is America. You can actually, no matter if you black or white or Hispanic or, I should say black, white, brown, yellow, whatever, it's easy to go to jail in America. It's easy. You know what I'm saying? But if you less of a criminal, you don't have to worry about any of that. You understand me? But we're going to go on. I'm going to read some articles and then I'm going to drop it off by, I'm going to go into the video of somebody I've been listening to for many years. Her name is Dr. Shahrazad Ali. But I'm going to try not to bore you guys to death, but we're going to get it here. I just want you guys to understand what's logic and what's not. Being a victim is going to, more than likely bring you into victimhood. All right, hold on one second. All right, I don't want to show you Dr. Shahrazad Ali, but you're going to see her first. We're going to read some articles right now. Hold on just 1 second. Homicides. Okay, this is homicides ranks in black, African American males, age 1 to 44, and fourth leading causes of African American males for all ages. Fourth leading homicides for all ages. Okay, this is staggering, and most people don't know it. Dr. Nicholas Dorsey, a University of Florida Health Family Medicine specialist, also ranked number 1 for African American males is heart disease for age 54 to 64. Okay, we got it there. The leading in cancer for the age of 65 and older, including prostate, lung, and colon cancers. Right here we go. The leading cause of death of African American males, according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention deaths, leading causes for 2017 reports are heart disease, cancer, unintentional injuries, accidents, quote unquote, homicide, strokes, diabetes, chronic lower respiratory disease, kidney disease, and stuff like that. This is numbering, but the number 1 homicide is homicide ranked number 1 as leading cause of death for African American males. Okay, now let's see here what we have here. Okay, the police violence is a leading cause of death for young men in the United States. Over the life, this is another article, I should say, from August of 2019. Over the life course, about 1 in every 1,000 Black men can expect to be killed by police. Risk of being killed by police peaks between the age of 20-year and 35-year-old for men and women, and for all racial and ethnic groups. Black women and men and American Indian and Alaskan Native women and men are significantly more likely than white women and men to be killed by police. Latino men are also more likely to be killed by police than are white men. All right, here we go. Here we go. Another article I want to read to you. Okay, this is the Bureau of Justice Statistics special report. I'll be real brief with this. Black victims of violent crimes. Blacks were victims of an estimated 800,500 non-fatal violent crimes and of about 8,000 homicides in 2005. While Blacks accounted for 13% of the U.S. population in 2005, we about 13% right now as well. You could look that up. They were victims in 15% of all non-fatal violent crimes and nearly half of all homicides. These findings are based on data from the Bureau of Justice Statistics National Crime Victimization Survey. All right. Among Blacks, the risk of non-fatal violent victimization across demographic characteristics during the 5-year period from 2001 to 2005. Okay. Black males were more vulnerable to violent crimes than Black females. Young Blacks were generally more likely than older Blacks to be victim of violence. Blacks who had never married were more likely than all other Blacks to be victim of violence. Blacks in the household with lower annual incomes were at a greater risk of violence than those in household with higher annual incomes. Blacks living in urban areas were more likely than those suburban or rural areas to be victims of violence. Black victims of violence were more likely to be male, 85%, and between ages 17 to 29, 51%. Homicides against blacks were more likely than those against whites to occur in highly populated areas, including cities and suburbs. About 53% of homicides against blacks in 2005. You know, this is all 15, 20 years ago and stuff like that, started from in 2005. I want to make that be clear, but it's all the same situations that we're going through today. You know, all the different situations that we're going through today. You know, hold on just 1 second. We're going to listen to Jahabazad Ali, but right now I want you to look at something else I didn't read. This one that I read earlier was published June of this year. This is what I read earlier, just to let you guys know. All right, hold on 1 second. A couple of other things that I wanted to show as well, if I can get it. Okay, here we go. We're going to bring it over here. I'm sorry, guys. Stop sharing real quick. Okay, this is something that I, saved on my phone that I wanted you guys to see. This is actually something from September of this year as well that I want to read a little something to you guys as well. Leading causes of 2019 reports for American non-Hispanic Black males of all ages, assault homicide has the fourth most common cause of death, represented 5% of all death. Okay. 8,643 deaths in 2019. 52% of deaths were due to heart disease, cancers, and accidents. Tragically, homicides is the number 2 cause of death for black male children aged 1 to 14. Even more babies and toddlers 1 to 14 years old, homicides is the number 2 cause of death. Wow. Homicide rises to number 1 for ages 15 to 34. What percentage of these murders are by police, they say? The Washington Post report 986 people killed by the police in 2018. Even if every person killed by police was a black male, that would only total 11% of the murders. By no reasonable use of language would that represent a leading cause of death. Okay, 11% in 2019, 11%. All right. For what we hear, what we see on mainstream media, you would think only black, mainstream super liberal woke media, you would think only blacks die because of police. Only black men die because of police. It's a damn shame. And I'm seeing it where I live. Like literally, it's the what you call a newspaper called The Day. They had a young man that I actually used to coach a year or two ago, stating it like, he's the victim of what's going on with, how CNN and place in MSNBC and MSESPN make the young black male think that he's being, hunted by the police officers. That's how they make us feel. And then I told you early in the video that most black men aren't criminals, believe it or not. I should say some black men are criminals that I know of. And a lot of us don't have to deal with police officers, but you wouldn't know that if you read into social media, mainstream media. You wouldn't know that if you don't do your own research. Okay, this is the last thing I want to read about this. Just like they said, it's only 10, so that's bad. Fucking 2% is bad. It's only 11% of black males getting killed back in 2019, getting killed by police officers on duty. And out of those 11%, being as though nobody should not die, no justification of people getting killed by the police officers, definitely. But what's the percentage of those 11% that was career criminals or criminals? You gotta look that up yourself, because that's what you have to do. Okay, so this last thing. So who is killing black males? The PolitiFact found 93% of murder victims were killed by someone who shared their race. 93% in 2019. A black man is getting killed by another black man. Okay? It seems reasonable to speculate that most black murders, including killing of over 1,000 black male children per year, is committed by young black males, since youth and male gender strongly correlate with committing crimes. I'm sorry about that. The article states about 1 in 1,000 black men and boys in America can expect to die at the hands of the police. Right? Sharply contrasts with the CDC data indicating 42 deaths per 100,000 due to homicide, not just by police. Indicate 42 deaths per 100,000 due to all homicides, not just by the police. So what you have to understand is the reason why I read these articles to you is because you have to understand every aspect Black man, young Black man to older Black man. This police thing that they putting on, that Black people are getting killed by the police overwhelmingly is a bunch of bullshit. And they try to refrain from talking about what's the real problems that Black men in America face. What's the top 10, top 15 problems? And getting killed by police officers, especially when you're a Black man that's not committing crimes and you're not a career criminal, we don't have to worry about. It's a way low percentage that we do not have to worry about. All right. But before we go, because this is the last of the video, I want you guys to listen to Dr. Shaharbaz Ali. And the reason why you listen to this video, because I'm letting you understand that all this stuff that's happening, you got to look at the big picture. It was supposed to happen. You understand me? When you let liberalism, globalism, socialism, Marxism in your homes, and you take away the father, this is what happens. This is what occurs. A whole bunch of chaos and disorder. So I'm gonna let you listen to this, and I hope you guys are still watching, because I know it's kind of a long video, but it's a video that you should watch. Hold on one second. Who we at? Where we at? It's about 10 minutes long. Here you go.
Black feminine, female emotionalism.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm sorry.
A coalition of a man and a woman. We have sons.
I'm gonna let you see what it said. What happened to these type of Black women? This is Shaharbaz Ali. This speech was actually in the 80s. Just to let you guys know. That was over 30 years ago. It's like she understood what was going to happen today.
The parental coalition of a man and a woman. We have sons who are, by not having a father in the home, they don't know how to respect women. They take on the Black feminine, female emotionalism. They become bitchy. They're doubtful. They're indecisive. They can't make a decision. They don't know what to do about being a man because we can't teach them that. We don't have that knowledge. We have daughters who grew up in a home where they don't see any affection, where there's no man there. They go out into the world and try to mate. They don't have no idea how to be no woman to no man, how to function in a house with a man, because they haven't seen it. Most of our children, just like us, get all the information we have about how you be with a mate off television. It's the only medium that shows us anybody being together. Those rules have not worked for us. The white woman's liberation movement, we don't have anything to do with that. We have not been under the control of the Black man for over 500 years, so what do we have to get liberated from them from? They haven't been our boss. That's the white woman and her man. They're going through that, and that's their business. We don't have any business being in there. They only introduced it to break down the civil rights movement. Civil rights movement started with the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child standing together, trying to plead for freedom, justice, and equality, and more benefits in the country that they had built. They threw the white woman in there with the women's liberation movement and made it a woman against man thing. That created a big separation between Black men and Black women, because then everybody started going for self. Then they bring the welfare system in and tell us in order to feed and clothe and house our children, we have to give up our man. You have to put the man out of the house. When the white farm wife goes to the government for subsidy for the farm, they don't tell her to get rid of the farmer. They keep that family together. But in the black community, they make it a requirement because they want to keep endorsing into the black community that the black man is no good and that he is not deserving of respect, he is not deserving of us letting him give us any protection or instruction, and that we are better than them. The major responsibility that the black woman has had on the earth for the trillions of years that we have been here has been one of nutrition and birthing children. Those two things have a great deal to do with the survival of any people, the reproduction of the nation, and feeding them the proper food so that they can live. Those are very important jobs. Those are very powerful positions because it puts us in a position to decide who's going to live or die and how slow they're going to die by what we feed them. We have a very powerful position. That's not a small role that we play. We have just been taught to misrepresent and misuse that power. The people who we have been counting on to give us the truth about how to get along have failed. The white people don't know how to get along. They don't have that information themselves. They don't get along with nobody on earth. So they didn't have no information to impart to us about how we're supposed to get along. They change their relationship rules at will. We have, tons of black children around this country that I hear from who have grown up traumatized by the fact that they were referred to as the outside child. When we were having children like that, they called it illegitimate children until the white woman started having them, and now it's single parenting. See, they changed the rules according to what they're doing. So I've called on our people to change them depending on what we want to do, what our needs are. There's another need that has not been addressed in our community, because nobody would deal with it, and that's one that God did not create three sexes. We only have men and women. Now, I have not said that we should reject the sisters who try and act like men and the men who try and act like women. I'm not saying to reject them from among us, but they need to be taught. We don't have to accept that as some kind of normalcy because that's not normal. But because now the white people are practicing that, when we were doing it, we were punks and faggots. Now that they're doing it, now it's an alternative lifestyle. I'm trying to demonstrate how they have set rules that they have forced us to follow that they don't even follow themselves. They change the rules to suit them when they get ready. We can change them to suit us when we get ready, especially if we have what we have now, which is a failing system. It hasn't worked for us. We don't have to be ashamed that it hasn't worked for us. But we do have to be ashamed of the fact that we keep plodding behind it and not trying to make the corrections that will help our people to survive.
So I had to stop saying that he was over you in charge. He has just been ruling us with an idea. And that idea is that you ain't nothing that everybody else is. So coming up out of that idea this year, sisters don't have any idea what it can be like for us. To have 15, 20 million black men walk around America feeling good about themselves. Because he wants to keep us in this condition. He wants to keep us separated from our man. Because he knows that the only door, the only route he has to destroy our black man is through the black woman. Doesn't matter what the woman's educational background is. In fact, we have proven that the more education you get, the more ignorant we get in front of our man. I'm glad that the book is being circulated around our community. And I would like to think that we are happy that we have something else to sell each other other than Abraham Tupperware and Wood. Sometimes these words sound like that I'm saying that now you ought to go home and buy down on your knees, feet, man, or become subjugated or submit. We have a real hard time with that word submit.
Yes. Hold on one second, guys. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know, show a little bit of Dr. Scheherazade Ali. If you want to look at her videos will be available on YouTube. And yeah, if I was you guys, if you into like listening to realistic thought and realistic things that's going on in America, and that been going on in America for years when it comes to pertaining to the Black family household, this lady is number one on my list, But again, this is all about showing you young men and young black women, young black men and young black women. None of these people is going to help you. You have to stop looking for validation and acceptance from people that's not helping you just because they say it ain't helping you. You got to look at it from, you need this help. It's on you. It's not on them, because they're not going to help you. We're going to have to help each other. We're going to have to start coming together. We're going to have to understand that it's very important to raise our sons and daughters to understand the reality of this country and what we need to do to to prevent things that was made to happen ever since the civil rights. Just like Dr. Scheherazade Ali been saying, the black man, hasn't been head of the house big time like he should in 500 years. But, recently in 50, 60 years, if you want to be honest, and this is the reasons for a lot of different things that's going on. The way we eat, the way we act amongst each other, everything. If you think this is a black and white issue, you think it. Okay, especially if you my age or a tad bit younger, and you're thinking like this, you have children that's teenagers and stuff like that. You actually, what you're doing is you're helping those people that really don't care about you victimize your son especially, but your daughter. You're helping those people. That's no question that you're doing that. And if you don't see the light, if you don't understand what's going on, you better understand, let these young men and women know they really need to look up statistics, understand reality, be rational about it, be logical about it, because none of these people are going to help you. They're going to laugh at you before they even help you. So again, people, I'm going to always give you the truth each and every day. And you need to know that. And also, before I go, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to donate to the chat, donate to the my platform, I should say, is my Cash App is $KYSIM 39. Again, $KYSIM for as in Mike 39. I'm gonna leave the descriptions in the box, so check it out. And I'll be coming with some interviews that I'll be doing this week, and also some more content for you people. And I'm always, being as though we at election time, I'm going to be getting more and more content for the election that's coming up. And I hope you guys are going to be listening to that debate that's coming up with Donald Trump and Sleepy Joe Biden. All right, everybody, have a great day. Again, have a warrior mindset, not a victimhood mindset. Especially young black man, have that warrior mindset, not a victimhood mindset. Whoever's going to help you is going to be you. It's going to be you. Peace.